Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. So my name is Nur Fatihah binti Saiful Effendi and I am from J4EM 1103J. So in this video, I will show you guys about my DIY workshop video, which is about the introduction to basic fitting process by making a sliding two-path carriage for replica turning wheel machine. Check it out.
Fitting is a process which preparing matching parts to join or touch each other in such a way that one will turn inside of another and will slide upon another, or the part hold tightly together.
So in other words, it is the process that requires cutting and treating parts on a custom, which is craft production basic that will cause them to fit together and into an assembly by using the proper engineering fit.
So now, let's take a look at the apparatus that will be used during this video. The apparatus that will be used during this process are steel ruler, scraper, hacksaw, flat files. While for the support equipment, we will use the bench vise and quick grip clamp. For the DIY video, I will use knife, ruler, styrofoam as my raw material and roll paper box, and lastly a marker. The double-sided tape and scissor will also be used in the DIY video. Before we proceed to the procedures, we should prepare the hacksaw. Make sure the direction of the blade teeth is forward as in the picture above. Now, let's move on to the procedures in this process. The first step is the measuring process. Use scraper and steel ruler to measure and marking, and cut it using hacksaw. While for the DIY video, I will just use a pencil, a marker, and a ruler to measure the dimensions that is needed. As in this video, I will start the measuring process on the styrofoam first. And then I will mark and measure the dimensions on the roll paper box. Then, moving on with the cutting process. Hold the material using a bench vise and get ready to cut. Set the position and gently make a cutting path over the line. Swing the hacksaw back and forward, and swing forward with force to material and retract without force. If the cutting angle is not aligned with the cutting line, twist the hacksaw to the opposite angle. And if the cutting path is not aligned with the cutting line, slightly change the angle of the hacksaw to the plane cutting line. For the DIY video, I will cut the styrofoam using a knife, while for the roller paper box, I will make a path to cut it using a knife, then fully cut it using a scissor. For the filling process, remark the material that is need to be filled using scribble and clamp it on the bench vise. Then, by using flat files, fill the surface of the material and keep on filling until it achieves the desired fill dimension until finish. For the DIY video, I will just use the knife to make a fill by slicing the excess surface on the material. Lastly, assemble all parts by using the proper method, which is welding, and check the dimensions. For the DIY video, I will assemble all the parts using double-sided tape to make sure it is perfectly connected. However, when I checked the dimensions for the tool post carriage, I noticed that the dimension I used is a bit large, so I decided to cut the part again by cutting the excess part that I don't want to use. Test all of the moving parts. Note that good parts have a very small clearance. Make sure it is not too tight or too loose, and make sure all the moving parts can move smoothly. And you should refer the dimensions in the instruction manual back in order to make sure there will be no error in your dimensions. So this is the dimension that is used during the process. In the DIY video, I will use the B dimension as 7.5 cm and A dimension is 6 cm. So this is the final product that have been produced. The left pictures is the DIY product that have been produced using styrofoam, while the right picture is the product that have been produced by using metal. So that's all from me. So thank you for watching.